Good afternoon, Dark Sage Walker here. I think it's time to do another run. Admittedly, I've been uploading a little irregularly. Apologies for that. Life has been interesting lately. We'll just leave it at that. So, what's on the docket for today? Well, I haven't played as Eve at all. But I haven't played Apollyon either. You know what, let's do Apollyon. That'll give me a chance to explain how Apollyon works. So, as you can see, Apollyon starts with a 6-room charge item that's, well, probably haven't seen before. Matter of fact, if you haven't been paying a lot of attention to the game, there's a good chance you have never seen it before. This item is an active item called the Void. And what this does is it basically lets me absorb items that I don't... absorb and it lets me learn how to speak English better. Wouldn't that be nice? No, it absorbs pedestal items that I don't like and turns them into stat boosts. Thank you for clearing the path for me, Troll Bomb. I appreciate you. You're my brother. For example, I'll absorb that and get a little bit of luck and a little bit of range. So, not the greatest stat up, but at the same time, I don't really find there to be a lot of use for Gemini, so I'd rather have the luck instead of a familiar that's not going to do me a whole lot of good in the long run. This is a fun room. There we go. Oh, now I can go back and get that tinted rock. So, what has been going on in the news lately? Admittedly, I'm not entirely sure, at least not as far as gaming news is concerned. There's a few things. And right now, the thing that's most on my mind is centered around Steam. I'm sure people are thinking, Steam? What did they do? Well, if you don't know, sometimes people make really dumb decisions and decide to run with them. Steam made a decision like that a while ago when they decided, yeah, we'll just leave all the curation of the site to our algorithms. Why? Because apparently the only thing Steam does anymore is try to just generate money without putting any work into it. Hence why we'll never see such a thing as Half-Life 3 or another Portal game, at least not a Portal game that isn't a cynical cash grab. Looking at you, Portal Bridge Constructor. Or is it Bridge Construction Portal? I don't know. It's dumb. Let's just leave it at that. It's dumb. Why am I shooting that? So, what sort of hot water has Steam landed themselves in this time? Well, you're gonna find this hard to believe. I know I did when I first heard about it. Apparently, there's a game out there, made by an indie developer, called Rape Day. Yeah. That should be all you need to hear right there. You should immediately go, oh, that sounds terrible, and immediately cringe and back away. It's not to say that, you know, the topic should never be approached, but maybe with a modicum of respect, or with something a little bit less tone deaf in a game, where essentially you get to sexually assault women during a zombie apocalypse because fuck it, you're a sociopath and who the hell even cares? This is just dumb on so many levels. Anyone with a little bit of good sense would be like, yeah, don't put that on the storefront. That's just awful. But because Steam has absolutely no quality control, yeah, there you go. And it even took them a few days to respond to the backlash over the game because they give no fucks. Like, honestly, they don't. Steam is less interested in curating their site than they are about making money, so yeah, there you go. So, oh, suck. Oh, wait. Range and speed, okay. Oh no, it's shot speed and speed. So, just as an aside, if any of you watching had a storefront that sells video games on a digital distribution platform, would you think it was a good idea to release a game to the public called Rape Day? Like, and actually kind of like give it your unspoken endorsement to something like this? I'm guessing the answer is no. No, you fucking wouldn't. Why? Because it's called fucking Rape Day! You don't put something on your storefront that advocates fucking rape! But like I said, Steam cares even less about quality control than they do about making games nowadays. By the way, in case you're wondering why I'm referring to Steam as a game maker, I'd like to point out that at one point or another, these guys were industry leaders making games like Half-Life and Portal and things that actually might have meant something to someone. Like I said, that sense of artistic creation and merit. That's what that's what Valve used to be. As of right now, I'm not entirely sure I think that Valve is anything other than just the name atop of a dragon's hoard of money. And again, making money isn't a bad thing. The way that they've been doing things lately is what I have a problem with. Now, to be fair, I still buy things on Steam, but mostly it's because there's very few other digital storefronts out there. I'm not going to corrupt my computer with things like Uplay and Hoard. And the Epic Game Store is a fine idea in theory, but they need to update their privacy policies, otherwise I have a hard time supporting them. I know that there's plenty of people out there that share that sentiment. But do I appreciate the idea that they're willing to share more of the profits with the content creators than Steam? Yeah, I like that. Do I like the idea that they potentially could have better quality control than Steam? Yeah, that also seems like a good idea. Amazing, that. And I will be the first person to say that as much as I like the Nintendo Switch eShop, I'm starting to see a decent amount of trash show up on the eShop too. It's not enough that Steam has to have a lack of quality control, but now Nintendo is starting to have a lack of quality control. Come on, guys, get out of here. At least I know your first-party titles are still really good, and you're actually doing your best to try to coddle up to indie developers and third parties. So it's not that I think you're doing everything wrong, it's that I think maybe you need to rediscover yourselves a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Just don't put any old thing on the eShop. That's all I'm saying. Ah, shit. Well, that's gonna screw me over in the long run, I think. Well, this might be a long video because I don't want to have a losing run right off the bat with Apollyon here. And not getting a devil deal on the first opportunity is a good way to screw your chances. Ugh, I hate this boss so much. Okay, well, maybe I'm not in such a bad position. Alright, what do we got? Well, I'm an idiot. Please stay open. Damn. Alright, so that's an example of should have grabbed the heart first. Alright, well, now that I've seen what kind of an idiot I can be, let's go over here and turn this odd mushroom into, there you go, damage and more shot speed. I don't know, it might have been better just to pick up the odd mushroom and get the tier rate increase. Or a tier delay decrease, or whatever you want, whatever is more sensible to you. I suppose what I find really bad about all of this is that it was just such an obviously bad idea from the word go. No, you need to curate your site. You need to make sure that the things that are that are being sold on your storefront aren't completely offensive and terrible. Steam already has enough trouble with all the goddamn asset flips and bullshit titles that are out there just to cynically make a buck. And when I say cynically make a buck, I mean going to the Unity storefront, buying essentially a tutorial map, and then selling it back to people. That's the thing. Some of the developers, quote unquote, on Steam give even less of a fuck than Valve does. I think it's a damn shame, because at one point or another, Steam seemed like the good guys. Well, that sucks. Alright, let's get awkward. I'm not going to blow these guys up with the ball of bandages, because they'll blow up in my face and cause pain. And I've already been having enough issues with pain lately, so let's not do that. Oh, we're back to normal now. Fruitcake, okay. I'm finding all sorts of things to use my void on. Oh, are you serious right now? Okay. You can suck a dick. So, I am just kind of curious, though. If Steam isn't willing to really curate their site anymore, and you can just kind of throw up whatever you want on the store with no consequences, nice, then what exactly are the people at Valve doing? Because surely there has to be a human involved in whatever processes they're doing somewhere. And since we know they're not curating what goes up on Steam, what is Valve doing? Do they just go out and have office picnics every other day or something? Like, what do they do? Surely they know they're sitting on a dragon's hoard of cash, but what in the world are they doing with it all? Because we know they're not developing games. Is all they're doing seriously just writing algorithms to make Steam run supposedly a whole 3% better? I say supposedly because there's still no shortage of bullshit asset flips and other things that make me cringe. But there's got to be some sort of oversight going on there. There's got to be a human involved in something at Valve other than just counting the money. Okay, this is kind of garbage, but I have it now. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but I have it. Oh, man. That's right, I very much dislike Gertie Jr. Can I just get her health down low enough so that she becomes predictable, please? There we go. I think that should about do it. Yes, beautiful. More bombs or use... That's iffy. I think I'm gonna take it just because I'm low on health. That would have immediately ruined things if I had not moved. So, I don't know what's going on over at Valve, but all I'm gonna say is that they need to get their shit together. I'm not necessarily a huge proponent of Steam or anything, but they really need to start regulating their shit a little bit better. Well, that was terrible. Guys, you can't just sit around doing nothing, you know, putting your thumb up your ass and expect everything to go well when when you've got people literally using your site as just a cynical joke to put out cash grab asset flips and other bullshit that would look equally embarrassing on anyone's resume, not just yours. I don't care if you're a massive developer. At some point or another, you have to act with a modicum of common sense. Also, I use the term developer very loosely. Seriously, what happened to the Valve that put out Half-Life, that put out Portal, that really wanted to do something interesting for the video game medium? This is getting bad. There's got to be some... Okay, stop now. There's got to be some semblance of the company that people loved at somewhere in there. In that amorphous mass that now... Well, that's garbage. Alright. Buy the card. Well, that's garbage. But I've also seen worse. Oh god, I hate these goddamn things. Oh, now give me a soul heart, now that my special room chance is shot. Thanks. Hey, that makes me feel a lot better. I'm not in any way upset by that. I mean, let's just face facts here. I do have kind of a bad run going. I'm trying to make it better, but there's only so much you can do when you have limited resources. But that is part of what the game is all about, is using those limited resources to try to make things happen. Besides, even if I do end up losing a run, that's okay. It just teaches you how to not do that same thing later on in the future. Now, if only there was something good in the shop. Oh well. Ah, that'll help. Ugh. That was just dumb. I should have moved. Oh well, we all make mistakes. Some of us just make them more frequently than others. Boss time! Who do we have? The Stain. Ugh. Like I said, I still buy things on Steam, but I do think Steam needs some competition. After all, that is the cornerstone of our economic system, is having competition. And right now, Steam has been going unchecked for a little while. Like I said, I'm just not sure that the Epic Games Store is necessarily the competition that we need. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on. So with that having been said, what could the Epic Games Store be doing better? Well, for one, they can make sure that their privacy policies aren't terrible. That would help. Update their privacy policies, more games, obviously. Right now, they have a few exclusives and some things that are mildly interesting, but unfortunately, nothing that either A, stands out all that much, save for Metro Exodus, and that has its own little can of worms attached to it, in the idea that it was announced for Steam and then they pulled it away from Steam because, I don't know, because the gremlins told them to. Look, the fact of the matter is, that's more so on the team that made and published the game. They made a mistake. They advertised the game as being available for Steam users, and then pulled the exclusivity to the Epic Games Store crap, which, you know, I don't blame Epic for that, at least not in their entirety. But it is bad for the consumers when, you know, there's... Okay, I could get a 2-for-1 here. Is lost contacts that important? No, let's get 2 stat upgrades. Alright. Actually, I kind of like how that worked out. A little bit more damage. Alright. I'll definitely take Mysterious Liquid. I suppose the other thing that the Epic Games Store could do is, you know, do something to harbor goodwill. Give the end user more reason to keep going back to their store. Not necessarily thinking like a loyalty program, but, you know, something couldn't hurt. Of course, we are gamers here, so there's a good chance that they can do a good job at scoring a returning customer base just by, you know, not being as shit as Valve. That may just be enough. But they really need to do a better job. And I'm sure they thought that by announcing their profit sharing and going from there, that they could take off running. But it was more like a whimper, really. Come on. This is something that Brimstone could have helped with. Is now I feel like I don't have enough crowd control. Which is why I'm gunning for more damage at any possibility I can get it. No, I don't want that. That just seems awful. I suppose in the long run we'll just have to see how things go. Maybe we're gearing up for some big PC gaming takeover by Epic. They're already kind of doing that with Fortnite. Though more so, what they're doing is leveraging the profits and popularity of one game to fund their store, and it's not a bad idea. Obviously, that's what Valve did when Half-Life and Portal started taking off. Slightly smaller hitbox, I can live with that. But now there's got to be something just a little bit more. You can't just, you know, throw Fortnite on our faces and go, eh, eh. Besides, there is a small portion of the population that actually isn't all that interested in Fortnite. I know that because I myself am a part of that population. And hopefully I don't have to spend the rest of my days writing up apologies as to why I don't like Fortnite. It's just the Battle Royale concept never really took off with me. I'm sorry. I was not rabidly in love with PUBG. Even though I have Tetris 99, because let's face it, it's friggin' free. There's no reason not to have it. Well, free with a subscription to Nintendo's Switch Online service, so free in a manner of speaking. That was just a bad dodge. That was just not a dodge. I never did find the shop. I'm already running poorly on time. I'm not going to make boss rush. Might as well go back and look for the shop. I have a little bit of money. Maybe I can turn that into something. Damn it. There we go. Hey, lo and behold, this isn't the shop. that's not worthwhile. So let's assume that the Epic Games Store does become the what's the word I'm looking for? The de facto place to get PC games. Is the one thing that I think would help out the end user is there any guarantee that it won't just end up becoming the same thing that Steam already is? Because without some sort of guarantee like that, is there any way that we can trust what you're saying right now? I mean, sure, you can say that you're going to share more of the profits with the developers right now, but assuming that you become the next big thing in PC gaming, who's to say that you're even planning on keeping that promise? Maybe once the ball gets rolling, you're going to become just as bad. Maybe you'll be worse. See, that's kind of the problem, is we don't know. It would be nice to have some sort of assurance or guarantee. You know, a collateral, if you will. You expect us to buy our games there, alright, but should give us a reason why it's worth it to buy our games there instead of just continuing to do what we've been doing for a while now. Basically, give me a reason to switch it up. I'm not afraid of change necessarily, but I don't like the idea of just being told to do something just because it's trendy to do it. Which, at the moment, that's kind of what they got going for them, is they're saying, come buy your games at the Epic Store! And we're going, okay, why? And then they just kind of chummily waggle their eyebrows and go, eh? Eh? Come on, guys, you gotta give us more than that. I barely even call that a sales pitch when they do that at a used car lot. Why would I accept it from you guys? Alright. Well, I'm gonna buy that. Have plenty of bombs, so I can check a few items in the shop here. No tier detonator. That item is garbage. Probably don't need that either, honestly. Go bombs, buy another one of those, because I'm not seeing a lot of useful things here. Buy that. Blue map is good, but at the moment, kind of shooting for the stars. Which makes me wonder if PhD is worth it. Let's go for one more reroll. Probably all I got left. Alright, well... You know, you try a few things and see what sticks. Sometimes you don't get much, but that's okay. The attempt was taken. I do have a 100% chance at a devil deal that is going to stand. So perhaps, or it might, well, 100% chance for a special room to show up, 50% chance that it's an angel room. Either one of those could be a good thing for me, so let's just hope I don't fuck it up. You know, if Epic was really serious about creating a platform for buying games, they could give us an incentive by doing something sneaky like, hey, free pizza delivery with every game purchase. Hey. It would certainly be a little bit more than, you know, wagging your eyebrows at us and going, hey, Epic Games. That was awful. anytime Mom stomps her foot down, the initial stomp will do damage, but the foot itself, once it's down, does not. So I would like for Mom to continue missing stomps so I can use my ball of bandages to do damage, because my tears aren't doing much against bosses. Fine against regular enemies for the most part, but I'm glad I didn't go fast enough to get to boss rush. I don't think this would be the run to clear it. Especially considering this is my first run in, a while. Making all sorts of silly mistakes. Let's actually take Apollyon to the dark path. Alright, do we have anything good here? Oh, I don't know if there's a way I can get rid of all my hearts. It's a long shot, but I think in the long run, I gotta try it. I'm now looking back at that soul converter going, hey, that would work. Alright, well, in the meantime, I just have to hope for another devil room. With a deal that's actually worth taking. Admittedly, I'm taking a bit of a risk, but, oftentimes what works in this game and what doesn't is predicated on the idea of risk versus reward. Kind of like a lottery ticket. Sometimes you're willing to spend $1 to see if the reward is worth it. Sometimes you get $5 in return, sometimes you get $10. If you're lucky, you might even see a triple-digit number, but it's very unlikely you're going to see that big payout. And even though your chances of winning the lottery are worse than your chances of being struck by lightning, you know how the old adage goes: you cannot win if you do not play. And no, that is not me essentially advocating gambling. It's me advocating the idea that sometimes it's worth it to take a chance. Personally, I'm not much of a gambler. Not in real life, anyways. In video games, it's a whole other prospect because I'm not spending anything that isn't mine. And yeah, in-game currency like tokens and whatnot, whatever, go for that. However, if you're spending real-world money on loot boxes, you might want to, get some help. Don't want to say you're a lost cause. I do want to say that maybe you're spending your money in a bad way. Let's see if you drop me anything worthwhile. Nope. And I don't think that's going to... Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't know why I bothered. I guess for that, off chance that maybe it would take like half a soul heart and then half a red heart, and then I would activate Whore of Babylon and be good. Alright, well, I've got 2 bad items that I could potentially absorb using the Void. Oh, you suck. Oh, stop it! I understand that it's my fault. I'm basically telling myself to stop playing like garbage. Alright, and then just load. I can handle that. Which right now my ability to handle things is definitely hinging on my ability to dodge things, which has been iffy as of late. Like I said though, it is my first run in a while, so maybe I don't need to be so hard on myself. Or maybe what I should be doing is playing more challenges. unlock a few more things for use. That would probably be a good idea. Also, daily runs. I need to do a few daily runs in order to unlock some other stuff. These are all good ideas that I should take into account. Well, my luck score is ridiculous. I really hope that ends up adding up to something in the long run. I swear there was a battery somewhere. Oh, whatever, let's do a few more rooms, if I can. I don't mean, like, if I can clear the rooms. Right now, that's not my worry. My worry is, will I do enough to get a full charge on this thing? Right now, the answer is a maybe. I don't know how many rooms are just sitting around waiting for me to complete them. Okay, I can probably get it done now. Quick.
Bad gas.
Sounds like the result of a Taco Bell meal to me. Well, I don't really have a use for that right now, so bye-bye. There we go. Looking good. Oh, I was hoping you would drop a battery. Alright, what pill is this? Okay. Guess I shouldn't I can't complain that much. Ugh, this room is annoying. At this point, I'm thinking I should have gone back and taken the opportunity to absorb that bean, and then just moved on. But I'm also kind of banking on the idea that maybe the boss item will finally be worth it. You know, like nothing else has been so far. This is kind of a good example of a kind of almost bare minimum run. And it's not terrible by any means. Oh hey, there's a battery there. Alright, so we'll just use that. If the boss item isn't any good, which, you know, I'm not going to say, you know, there's no chance that it'll be good, but there's just a good chance that it won't be good. Because I've been basically running on empty here for a while, and, you know, Daddy sure could use a new pair of skates. Figuratively speaking, of course. Give me roller skates, and I'll show you just how talented I am with them by falling flat on my face. The roller skate champion! That's what they never called me. Okay. Okay, jumpy pants, I get the idea. Yes, please sit in the green slime. I would appreciate that very much. Yes, rest yourself in my goop. That did not sound right. Wow! So we'll absorb that, and a little bit more damage, and even more shot speed. That'll actually make Lump of Coal a little bit better. Get the battery, absorb the bean, whatever it is. Doesn't even matter, I don't want it anyway. Then we finally move on to the next floor with health looking a little iffy. but with a 100% chance of a devil deal, so can't be all bad, right? Right? I'm scared. So, make no mistake, I really hope that Epic Games can turn their store into something. I am not thrilled by their privacy policy, and there is a good chance that their privacy policy... I never said my English was good. There's a good chance that their privacy policy could be breaking UK law. And if that's the case, guys, what were you thinking? Get your shit together. Oh. Oh, whoa. Let's see if I get anything out of. Blow me. Boy, that's like finding the master enemy in Legend of Zelda and killing him last because, who can really be bothered anyway? Alright, well, thought it might have been a secret room. I was wrong. Good old Steam is, not gonna lie, they've treated me well for a while, and by that I mean they haven't been completely degenerative, amorphous blobs made of money and tears, but yeah, I definitely think they need some competition. A little healthy competition is good for business. And maybe this whole thing about not wanting to quality control their own site will go away once there's someone else to pull the reins a little bit. Just as it stands right now, the show is looking a little one-sided, guys. I'm sure that's why you don't care. So, we need to give you a little something to inject some life into those old bones. Sorry, this room makes me feel a little uncomfortable. Alright, looking a little bit better now. Right now, the best advantage I have is that I can do good damage from a long distance, so keep away from my enemies and help them with my fast shot speed shots. That's how we're gonna make the big bucks. Yeah, look how hard I cry. That's how I get the ladies.
I found pills.
Love it. Oh, okay. This room can die in a fire. Without the ability to fly, this room sucks. Alright, done with that shit. Ah, damn it. Man, I love dealing with nearly invisible creep. It's just the best. It's only a minor combat advantage, but it's still a combat advantage. I have enough keys that I don't really need the paperclip. Oh no. Oh no. You know, I saw myself entering the death spiral earlier, but I didn't want to say anything in case I was just being overly negative. Oh wait. Maybe I'm okay. Maybe everything is alright. Maybe I just jumped to conclusions. I hear they make a map for that. jump to conclusions, Max. I hope at least one of you gets that, because I love that movie, and I think it doesn't get enough credit. Or maybe it gets a lot of credit, and I'm not sure what I'm talking about. Well, that's a very average room. A lot of coins, but not much else. Alright, we've got a nice little army of flies now. Let's put them to work. Come on, boys! Today we march on the one doppelganger who doesn't really take that much effort to kill. Well, that was anticlimactic. Oh, shit. I swear I knew that was there. Alright, no, don't do that. Please die now. I still want to carry on with this misguided delusion that I can do something with this run, but I can't. Oh well, not every run ends in success after all. And yeah, looking back on it, probably shouldn't have tried to force the Whore of Babylon play. Oh well. Got a good chance in to rant about Steam, so who knows, maybe this will turn out for the best. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. What? I never said my English was good, I just didn't expect it to be this bad. Well, I'm embarrassed. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, and as always, share this video with your friends. Thank you very much. This has been Dark Sage Walker, and I'll be seeing you.